Very nice. I'm going to post about this quick for everybody watching. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome in, guys. I'm just posting about this on Instagram so we can get more people to know about the stream. It will just take a second, so don't worry. Be patient. Patience is a virtue for a reason, guys. Hey, Boston here. Love your stuff. Welcome, Boston. Just kidding. That's cool. I want to go to Boston. I've actually never been to Boston, but I've always wanted to go. Dope, dope, dope. Okay. So, where's everybody from? We got Boston in the chat. We got I don't even know what else in the chat. Let me know. Let me know where you're from. Okay, time to put my phone away. Just posted on Twitter about this as well, so people know what's going on. Where's my favorite place to travel? My favorite place to travel so far, well, my favorite place to travel, Costa Rica was beautiful. I really want to go back to Costa Rica. Otherwise, just California, to be honest with you. I love California. La Jolla, that's been my favorite place in the US so far. What else? Oh, yeah. No. What's it called? St. Petersburg, Florida. That's also a really, really nice one. Used your Ecom package to build my store. 1K rev in 1 week. What? That's so dope, man. Congrats. That's actually really cool. Oh, 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 oh. That's amazing, man. That's really cool to hear. I love seeing you guys succeed. Ultimately, we're over here to help each other out, so I love hearing that. That's really, really cool. Yeah. Good morning, good morning. Morocco? No way. That's really cool, man. So yeah, I got a shop pulled up here that I wanted to look at because recently I showed you guys a store. I recently did a video on this store right here. This one, 50 million Shopify store in a new market. This video right here. And the store was called Rebello. And it was out of Singapore. But somebody commented in the video a German version of that store called Refurbed, and they've also raised like a ton of money, and they're also killing it. So this is just one of those interesting markets that It's just getting revamped. And what I mean by revamped is like it's getting rebranded because it's not new to refurbish electronics, but now the marketing angle is save waste as opposed to just saving money. That was kind of the thing before. It was more about just saving money, but now it's save the environment as well, which is pretty cool. I love things like that. Okay. I think this is working fine. Yeah. So I'm just doing a little bit of research. I really love this store, Verishop. I know I've reviewed it before, but this is what I've been inspired by lately for our challenge store, which, by the way, we've been setting records for. I don't know if you saw the new video that I posted. Maybe not, but I posted about our new record. And somebody said in there that it's not helpful for me to share updates unless I actually reveal the store. I don't agree. And it was a nice try. Whoever said that. That was a very nice try to get me to reveal the store. Cheers from Mexico. Nice, man. We're getting people worldwide. This is great. I also wanted to watch some content today because there's a lot of really interesting videos that I wanted to see, like Jordan's new video with Luke Belmar. I feel like that's a good one for us to watch. That's a really good one for us to watch. And then there's also, I think Noah Kagan did another video that was really interesting. Yeah, how to start $1 million business with 0 employees. It's just a 10-minute video. So I think we'll watch that as well, see if we can learn something. So I want to watch this video, that video, and maybe you guys can let me know any video you want me to watch. Review my store, please. If you drop it in the chat, I may review it. Remember watching your vids when I first started out. I'm close to 200K revenue on my store now. Looking to go full-time ecom by the end of the year. Dude, that is so cool. Congrats, man. I'm going to take a little screenshot of these comments because you guys are going crazy in the comments. That's so cool, man. Awesome. Yeah. I'm really happy you guys are finding some success out there. It's really cool to see. I mean, I would hope that the future of the channel is more broad within the entrepreneurship realm and maybe a little bit of investing because I like investing, but not so much centered around drop shipping because I think that actually causes people to think a little too small, which is fine. I think it's okay. But I think that, what's his name? Davey Fogarty talked about it in a video. He said that the dropshipping bug probably hinders a lot of otherwise brilliant entrepreneurs from actually building some incredible businesses. And I kind of see what he means by that. I think it was in this video, dropshipping is a scam. And I see what he means by that. I think it's kind of about, it's this one right here. I think it's about, like if you're just thinking too small, I think if you're just thinking about drop shipping and not thinking about actually building a business, I think that could hinder your growth a lot. And I see it a lot, man. And I know it's hard for me to even explain that because I've been in the e-commerce space for so long. And I study so many brands like this, for example, right? Like Verishop that have raised $70 million. So it's like, it's hard for me to pass down what I know, but I totally understand where he's coming from. And that's why for the challenge store, I talked to my team about it. I'm like, we're building like $1 million business here, like Verishop. Like the goal is to build it in a way that we could raise money and sell it if we wanted to, not like a just normal drop shipping winning product, store. That just sounds so small to me now. And not small, but it just sounds hypey, but it doesn't sound like building a real business. I think your frame of reference should be, I'm going to build a business and started with drop shipping or use drop shipping to fulfill products. Drop shipping is just a method, a way to fulfill your orders, nothing more. Thank you. I agree, man. Drop shipping isn't the only way, but a great vehicle to get your first dub. Exactly. Exactly. That's a really, really great way to look at it. You should have done organic. Profit margins are poop with that. Yeah, I mean, I would do organic. I agree. I think organic is great, but I'm just lazy, man. And I'm not lazy. Well, I am a little lazy, and I just don't want to do that. I don't want to make like organic. I don't want to make content like that every day. I mean, I'm already doing that for my YouTube channel. I can't do it for a brand too, bro. You know what I mean? But once we grow a little more, maybe once we have a little more profit to reinvest, like I could hire a creator. I would love to do that. I mean, hey, maybe one of you guys would love to make organic content for the challenge store. That'd be really cool. I'm open to it. Just let me know. I don't want to do anything trendy. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good way to put it too. It's just like building things that are going to last, building things that are going to compound over time. That's the vibe I'm on right now. Is I want to only build things that are going to compound over time. Otherwise, it feels a little bit like a waste of time. But I totally understand. Like, that's just my mindset. I'm just being honest. I don't want to portray some sort of dream to people. You know what I mean? I just want to be myself. That's what I'm saying. Also, that's a little tip for anybody watching. I feel like if you're going to build a personal brand or something along those lines, or even just like posting content for your brand, I think keeping it authentic it's a high ROI activity because first of all, people do appreciate authenticity now, especially now with AI and everything being so perfect. But also, it's just a more sustainable approach. Like if you're not being honest, right, with your brand even, let's say, then that's going to come back to haunt you in the future, and that's not good. That doesn't compound over time. You see what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. I often remind myself that a lot of people, like everyone has a different perspective, right? So sometimes if I say something, it just may not resonate with you because you just don't understand where I'm at in terms of like in my head, let's say. But that's again why I'm just saying these things for me, right? Because everyone is in a different stage of their journey, so value is pretty subjective. Exactly. Yeah, you guys said it. I love this database, by the way, Crunchbase. I don't know if you guys know about Crunchbase, but it's pretty awesome, man. It's a uh pretty cool tool. Software rather. Well, I guess it is a software. It's super powerful, but it's really expensive. It's $500 a year. I guess that's not really expensive, but it's pretty expensive. And then I also use Minia a lot, or Minie, whatever you want to call it. I'm not even sure the correct pronunciation for it, to be honest with you. Let's see here. But I'll pull it up and maybe go through it a little bit as well. Hey Ari, hey Harry, what's up, man? Nice to see you. It will resonate with who it needs to. I love that. That's awesome. That's honestly how I view the abundance mindset, right? It's like if you're authentic to yourself at all times, what's meant to come into your life will come, right? It's the same thing with like girls or whatever, right? Like a lot of people online try to get you to be something you're not. And I feel like that's just not a good approach to life personally. Can you tell us a little bit more about Crunchbase? What's it used for? That's a good question. So, Crunchbase is an intelligence tool. That's how I like to describe it. And basically, it just has advanced data on all sorts of different companies. And as you see here, all these different tabs, for example, like investors, it shows you the investors of different companies. It shows you the funding rounds of different companies, the latest acquisitions, or not even the latest acquisitions, but just all sorts of acquisitions that have happened. And the investors side, so this is a great tool for many different things. One, for, let's say you have an agency and you want to prospect, you want to get some new clients. This is a great tool because you can find investors, right? Maybe you can outreach to some investors. It shows you their contact info, things of that nature. Acquisitions, maybe you see that somebody bought a brand and maybe they're not doing as well now, and maybe you can go in and make them an offer and buy a business for a little bit for a better deal. And then it's also really helpful for just general research. That's what I use it for. I used to use it a little bit for outreach for AKEMI, the agency. But then, yeah, I mean, I don't really do outreach for the agency now. Now I'm just using that abundance mindset to just let the clients come to us. And it's actually been working quite well, to be honest. So that's been really cool. So now I just use it strictly for research purposes, things for the channel, things that are interesting to me. Like I said, for example, this shop, to be honest, when I reviewed this shop, this is kind of what sparked up the challenge store idea, because I realized like, oh, I don't know if you guys have seen this shop. I made a video about it, but when I saw it, I was like, man, this is just like a general store, right? Like a drop shipping general store, but it's not drop shipping entirely, right? Like they have a lot of different products. They have a lot, like probably some sophisticated logistics process, but ultimately they just sell a variety of products, right? So a variety of lifestyle products. So when I saw it, it just reminded me of like a drop shipping store, but better. So I was like, man, why not just like have this as the example to strive for? And let's just create a challenge store to make a lot of content around, and then to also just build like a side cash flow business that could grow into something significant. I mean, they sell everything, like literally from sexual wellness products to fitness essentials to lighting and mirrors to kitchen appliances. You know what I mean? So to me, this is really cool. I'll make myself a little smaller so that you guys can see the screen a little better. But we're getting some more people joining. 37 people in the chat. That's amazing. Maybe we can get to 100 today. That'd be really cool. Hello, hello. My journal on Amazon is all about manifesting the life you want. I like that. I think I saw someone say that on Instagram recently. They said there's asymmetrical returns on manifesting and visualizing what you want out of your life, because there's literally zero downside to it. You know what I mean? There's only upside. It's kind of like praying as well. I'm not very religious, but praying is another thing that really does have asymmetrical returns, because there's no downside to it. Like, what's the downside of praying? I mean, maybe if it makes you lazy and not actually take control of your life, then maybe. But and same with manifestation. I think it can be a double-edged sword if you're only, let's say, dreaming about what you want and not actually putting in the steps daily to get there. Then that could be a double-edged sword. I think that can happen, right? Like you kind of get the dopamine hit just from visualizing your life as opposed to actually putting in the daily work. But if you can do both, that's a dream scenario. That's like the perfect formula, rather. Let's see. So, by the way, Satyam, he's part of the AKEMI crew now. our pirate crew. So he's a very smart guy. So don't be afraid to ask questions in the chat, and he also answers if I miss something. I also tweeted this today real quick because it's so true. I've learned more about leadership and building a team from One Piece than I ever did in university. Facts. I love One Piece. But yeah, this store really inspired me a lot. And that's I found it through Crunchbase. So that's what I use Crunchbase for. Hi, back to you too. Nice. Let's see. How easy is it to sell ecom brand that makes a few million a year? I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it, bro, but I think it's easier if you have your fulfillment and operations basically automated, because I think what most investors want, I mean, there's different kinds of investors from what I've seen. And this year, I really want to get to know more of them just to understand the process more, because I want to be an investor in the future. But basically what it boils down to is investors either want to invest in some like super high growth potential business with, let's say, some technological innovation or something along those lines, or businesses that are just automated, you know what I mean? So that they're buying income. So that's the other kind of investing, people that are buying income. So if you have a business that's doing a few million a year and it's fully automated, somebody could buy it and they don't have to do anything and the store continues to run, that's going to be pretty easy to sell, you know what I mean? But if like you're the face, like if without you the store would die, then that may be that's going to be a lot harder to sell. Hey Ari, love the content. I'm doing TikTok organic, but I'm stuck at 500 views. Any tips? Yeah, I would say, I mean, from TikTok organic, I think using trending sounds. I think recently on our Discord, I posted something kind of interesting. Somebody, so this is actually from the AKEMI lab. I posted this because somebody posted their ad and it was really bad, to be honest with you. And then I showed them this one because this one is so good.
Where has this been in my college years? I can cook anywhere, anytime, without a stove.
So it's super quick, 10 seconds long, 8 seconds long, not even 10 seconds long. It's fast. It's using viral sounds. So these are the things that you need. Or maybe not need, maybe isn't the right word, but they're going to really help. You know? So I also saw this ad today and I thought it was so good. I saw someone post this on Twitter and I thought it was so valuable. 3 reasons why this style converts. It doesn't look like an ad, stops the scroll, looks authentic AF. And it kind of goes along with what I was saying. Authenticity is key, man. Okay, let me see. Hey Ari, what's the first step to take with dropshipping when you're just getting into it? What videos on your channel should I watch, or what's the best first steps from zero to first store? Oh yeah, I actually created, by the way, a playlist now, finally. I think I linked it somewhere here. Where is it? Oh, never mind. Maybe it's not in here. I don't know where oh yeah, here. So just go to this playlist, man. This playlist is kind of everything you need. Just go one by one on this. This could be your first step. But other than that, just obviously start your Shopify store. You know, like you're not going to get anywhere if you don't start. So just start it and mess around, get to know the controls, right? Get to know the dashboard, get to know the customization features. Lucky for you, you can get started with for $1 a month with the link in the description. And you know, if you and that lasts for 3 months. So you have to spend $3 in order to learn. And then what you can do is just like, let's say you are still not ready after that time, which I think would be a mistake, then you could just start a new account. Yes, you can't just say you have to feel it, you have to action it though. Action guides the direction. That's a very good way to put it. Ari, is dropshipping able to survive in maybe the next 10 years and still thrive? Yeah, and here's why. I'll give you a simple explanation. People are not going to stop shopping online for products. I think if anything, people are only going to shop more online. And dropshipping is just a way to fulfill your orders. It's not like that's it, and that's how you have to think about it. You shouldn't think about it as some sort of like I don't know, hack. Like it is kind of a hack, but I think it can be detrimental to think of it like that. Instead, just think of it as a business, Is business going to die in the next 10 years? No. Is the internet going to die in the next 10 years? I mean, if it does, we have bigger problems to worry about. But so no, I think, yeah, it'll definitely survive. And it's just building a business, man. And that's part of the reason why I want to start reaching a broader scope of entrepreneurship, because I just really want to be able to change the mindset around dropshipping. I really think it's detrimental. And I think it actually is harmful in some ways. I like what Noah Kagan does, for example, where he asks people like how to make $1 million, right? Where he asks people, passive income ideas and stuff like that, or what Jordan does as well, where he just talks to different entrepreneurs. I think that's really cool because it kind of changes how you think about dropshipping, and it allows you to view dropshipping as a business model rather than, or not even as a business model, as like a method of fulfillment rather than like some sort of get rich quick scheme. I think that's how you should view it. Okay, let's see. I do all organic without short form content. No one else is doing this method, so I think investors might be more interested, and I can even charge more than 4x multiple. It's possible, but again, if it's not automated, it may be a bit more tricky than you think. Can you break down the numbers to selling ecom brands? I'm sure you've done the research. Yeah, I mean, I think it all depends on your profitability, and again, like I mentioned, like you're gonna get a higher multiple if the business can run without you. But we can even look at the acquisitions, for example. We can look at ecom acquisitions. That's why I love this tool. It's so fun to just look at this stuff. Okay, so let's see. So for example, let's look for one. So this platform got bought for 15 million out of Panama. Let's see what they do. Order your watercraft. So it's just a general store. It's literally just a general store, but in Panama, specifically for Panama. So I guess they're kind of like the Amazon of Panama. That's probably a bad way to describe it, but I see this as a clear general store. And let's see the traffic distribution. Okay, they don't even have traffic data for this store. But point is, this brand sold for got acquired for $15 million. And their estimated revenue is 1 million to 10 million. So, yeah, the multiples tend to be anywhere from 2x to 4x, depending on all the things that we mentioned. And it also probably depends on the market opportunity and things like that. But let's see, let's look for more. Let's look for some more. I'm sure there's a lot. Yeah, there's 6,000 different results here. So, okay, wow. Look at this one. This is crazy. 335 million. This one got acquired for. Namshi is an online e-commerce site offering footwear and apparel. That's insane, man. So footwear and apparel out of Dubai. Okay, this is weird. This is suspicious. It's almost like some money. Well, okay, I don't want to say money laundering thing, but let's just pretend we're in Dubai and we want to buy something here. So this store got acquired for 300 million in Dubai. That's insane. And it's just like it's a general niche store. It's a fashion brand. Um, they have cash on delivery. I guess that's actually a big competitive advantage. If you're selling worldwide and you have cash on delivery, like, you're gonna win. A lot of markets really thrive off of cash on delivery. People just expect that for some reason. It's weird. But that's a really interesting one. Let's continue. 400 million. Yeah, I actually showed this one recently in a video. This one got acquired for $400 million. 400 million. And they have 50 to 100 employees. It's not even a huge company. They got bought by Victoria's Secret. It's a really genius brand, though. I'm not going to lie. It's like they know what they're doing. And if we look at their traffic distribution, we see 6.2 million monthly visitors. That's a lot of visitors. So 400 million kind of makes sense. I mean, even if we think about Gymshark, they got acquired for $1 billion. So that's pretty huge. Have you been trying COD? No, I haven't. I haven't taken the time to really figure it out. But I know people that have in other markets, like Italy, for example. I've heard of Italy being really good for cash on delivery. Let me read some questions. If you was just starting, where would you go and what would you do to meet like-minded people? I would just join Discord groups, man. I mean, my Discord, like I actually feel like I know the people in my Discord server, especially, the AKEMI lab. Like, we're in here talking every day. So, and we have calls as well. So yeah, I feel like I know them really well. So Discord is a great place. Facebook groups. These are all things that I remember doing as well when I was first starting, and just posting your journey on Instagram and stuff like that, or Twitter. I think Twitter is another great place, and it's good to be transparent. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if you just approach posting on social media and just your life in general with like full authenticity, not trying to be something you're not. I don't like the fake it till you make it mentality. It just doesn't feel sustainable. Like, I feel like if you just, for example, post on Twitter knowing that, like, or saying that you don't really know what you're doing, but you're trying, and then once you reach success, people will really respect you a lot. And I feel like even for me personally, and again, this is all my opinion, like, it's just what I feel. I don't want to pretend to know everything because I don't know everything. So, like, I don't know. You'll get caught slipping if you try to be something you're not. Eventually, right? And I feel like that happens a lot. And you see these people that are like grandiose, and then they fall from grace because they pretended they knew everything when in reality they didn't, because nobody does. Anyways, what's your opinion on people asking a lot of generic questions? I.e., what's the best product niche to start instead of just starting and learning from the get-go? You said it, bro. You said it. You said it. The solution and the best thing that you could possibly do is just get started and learn from the get-go. 100% agree. I think people ask those questions because they want a handout. They want a shortcut. I think everybody these days wants a shortcut, and I don't blame you. Like, I'm not saying you're like lazy or dumb for wanting a shortcut or anything. I get it. It's actually not your fault. It's probably more the fault of the people running ads pretending like you can get rich overnight by creating a dropshipping business or an Amazon FBA business or an SMMA business, right? Like you're fighting against people that are spending thousands of dollars on ads to show you a dream that appeals to your psychological triggers. So I understand why people ask those questions and feel like they need this shortcut. Um, and I think that's what Davey's point is about dropshipping being a scam. It's not that dropshipping is a scam. It's that this idea of like overnight riches and shortcuts is really detrimental to an entrepreneur's mindset, because it honestly takes a very long time to actually see fruit, like the fruits of your labor. So yeah, man, I think that's not good. I think the only reason why I was able to find any sort of success is because I had a genuine curiosity. Like I wasn't even looking for shortcuts. I wasn't even looking for getting rich. I was just following my curiosity. I was doing things that I was having fun doing, really, like a video game, you know? Like that's what's like, if you, let's say you start a video game, like you wouldn't just right away start looking up how do I, beat the game. Like cheat codes are not fun, really, especially if you're just starting with the game. So yeah, I think following your genuine curiosity is probably the best thing you can do to start a business, as opposed to trying to find shortcuts. Okay, dropshipping will never die. Your ability to sell the product via Meta or other platforms might become difficult and more expensive if you're not up to date with the knowledge. Facts. That's a good way to put it. The methods will change. Online business will never go away unless the internet goes away. How do you optimize website for best conversions? Get the Shopify brand builder template. That's what we built it for, so that people can just import an optimized template from the get-go. But otherwise, just, analyze what successful shops are doing. That's why I do that so much on YouTube, because I think there's no real reason why you shouldn't copy some of these stores that spend millions and millions on conversion rate optimization. I mean, this store's not the best example because this isn't that good of a description, to be honest. But look at how many products they have. Like, this is literally a general niche store, and they've raised $70 million. So this store inspires me a lot. I'm not alright, but people looking for the perfect time to start are wasting their time. Facts. There is no such thing as a perfect time. Great way to put it, man. How about Twitter ads, Reddit ads? I haven't tried either. Actually, that's a lie. I've tried Reddit ads for one of our clients at AKEMI, and it wasn't good. It was like losing a lot of money. And this brand was like perfect for Reddit ads. I don't think Reddit ads are a bad idea, but I feel like Reddit is better to just try to build organically. How do I find a niche? Watch my playlists. I have a playlist of 200 videos breaking down like 200 plus $1 million Shopify brands in a variety of niches. So just watch that. And once you find one that strikes curiosity for you, follow that. I think that's really good advice, actually. Just follow your curiosity, man. The amount of men I see out there, for example, showing me their beauty brands that they're trying to make their first sale on is astounding. I'm not saying it's a bad niche. It's a great niche, but I just couldn't do that at this point anymore, man. I can't do something anymore that I don't actually have fun building. Like, I can't build something that I don't have fun building. And building a beauty brand to me right now sounds not fun. But if it sounds fun to you, do it. That's kind of my point, is like, just, I think if you just follow your curiosity a little more, you will actually find a lot more success, and you will be able to capitalize on compound interest over time, because you're probably going to stick to that thing for a while, as opposed to trying to just like, do something new every month, and like you drop whatever you were trying to do before for this shiny new thing. That's why, like, the AKEMI Lab, for example, for me, it's so fun. And this, like, the reason we started this was out of genuine curiosity, and I just love building this community. YouTube for me has never been work. For me, YouTube has always been super easy to do and fun. But to other people, it looks like work. That's funny, man. This is all coming out of this book that I recently read by Naval Ravikant. You guys probably know him from Twitter. And that's what he talks about, man. He's like, find your specific knowledge. And your specific knowledge is that thing that you do that you've probably done since you were a kid, that to other people it may look like work, but to you feels like play. And I thought that was a really genius way to put it. Yo, G. Yo, what up? Nice. We're about to get 60 viewers on the stream. That's awesome. I remember when I streamed about Andrew Tate going to jail, we got 700 viewers. That was insane. I'm watching you while also being at the gym. Oh, hopefully you get a good pump, bro. Wishing you the best pump possible. Fake it till you make it for me seems like it will eventually show cracks because the short-term high it gives. Exactly. Who should I follow to learn more about website conversions? Probably Carl Weisch. That guy is a beast. I actually want to watch some of his content too. I will pull up this video soon because I want to make a video, just react. Like I want to post a video of me reacting to it because it looks good. And I haven't watched it yet. So it's like, you know, watching viral videos on the internet is something I would do on my own time. So why not do it with you guys, right? Do you think AI has the possibility to overturn capitalism? No more jobs and a basic universal income. Ooh, that's a really good question because that's I was talking to my parents about this recently. I was telling them that I see that we will probably revert back to some sort of communist capitalism. And you know what I was saying? I mean, this might sound dumb and it might be, but I was saying that we have been seeing this like socialist capitalism already present. Hear me out, okay? Let me cook. So if you go, I don't know if this is the same in the rest of the world, but in the US at least, you go to any service-based, you know, company or business. Let's say any restaurant you go to, anything you buy now, you get the option of tipping. Anything, literally, like you go anywhere and they'll hit you with the iPad with the different tipping options. To me, that's like a socialist capitalist thing, right? Because it's where we have this like social, like we're giving ourselves the social responsibility to pay more to help people, to like kind of distribute the wealth a little bit better. It's really interesting. And yeah, I think AI will definitely over time, like not in the near future, but I'm talking like 10, 20 years, maybe more, probably more down the line. I definitely think we'll get universal basic income out of it. And it'll be pretty cool. I mean, I think it'll be great. I think that's awesome. You know, if people could have their basic needs met, imagine the time that they could use to actually pursue their passions, right? Or pursue the things that they want to pursue. I think the world would be a better place if that happened, and we would have a lot more people that could actually provide or be functioning members of society, you know, if they had their basic needs met. But we'll see, bro. I definitely think so. Personally, I think that could happen. I don't think it will overturn capitalism, and like I still think capitalism will continue to be a thing, but it'll be changed. It'll be a blend of different things. You know, it'll be like I said, like a capitalist communism. I don't know if that makes sense. It sounds silly, but I was thinking a lot about that recently. So it's funny you asked that. The good conversion wise, Carl Weiss are all good candidates, but all with their own methods. Yeah, facts. Twitter ads is hidden gem of 10 ROAS off the get-go, but you have to find a way to get around the platform randomly, banning every account after a few days. Interesting. I'll have to check it out. I mean, I haven't tried it, but sounds pretty sick. I have been seeing an insane amount of dropshipping ads on Twitter, though, so you're probably right. Ari, how does one run a dropshipping business with an Amazon-like theme where they sell multiple niches on a single site? just like this, bro. Just like this brand right here. Just have a congruent theme to your store and create different categories. That's really it. But I would still advise you to pick some sort of, like, have some constraints. So what I mean by that is have a general niche store. I sound like a broken record. I say that in like every video, but that's my preferred method of building a business through drop shipping, is by creating a general niche store. So like this store, for example, like they have all these different categories, but they're still sort of within this like lifestyle niche. I think this is genius. I love it. Or maybe not genius, it's just like smart. It's a smart way to build your business, because then you can drop new products and then, you know, sell those to your existing audience. But if it's too general, then it won't make sense for people to shop again on your store. You know what I mean? Twitter app placements are really good. Where's the best product to sell? Passion on any level propels your goals. True. Oh, hey, what up? What up, Tavi? Love the videos, Ari. Keep them up. They always provide great value. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Hi, ¿hablas español? Greetings from Argentina. Yes, I do speak Spanish. That's my first language, actually. Little fun fact. I learned English by watching Linkin Park lyric videos and Zach and Cody, and Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Boxing in Thailand. Oh, that sounds fun. I've been doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu lately, and you know, I'm becoming lethal. Let me see. What do you think about Supplyful? It's a supplier that sells supplements, vitamins, and coffee. They allow you to put your own label on the product and offer on-demand shipping. Supplyful sounds a little sus, I will say, but it also sounds really cool at the same time. The reason I say sus is because if they're doing this for everyone, then how can they ensure a quality standard? And I would say, I mean, yeah, this looks actually pretty dope. Damn. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little suspicious, I guess, but it seems like they've done their research at a first glance. But I would be a little bit concerned about actual quality of the products. And I think when it comes to supplements, that's really important, right? You don't want to be taking something every day that's killing you without you knowing. So that's what I would be a little bit nervous about with something like this. But the branding does look pretty awesome. I will admit, this does look really intriguing and appealing. Launch a 6-figure brand. Nice. Yeah, maybe we'll launch some AKEMI supplements through this. Just kidding. Well, maybe. Who knows? Been away. Humans will need to get smarter. Yeah. I mean, AI is definitely going to make us a bit smarter, I think. That's why it's good to start grinding now before it takes over. Yeah. I've been really getting into the longevity community. I don't know if you guys like know a little bit about that, but like Brian Johnson. I also saw Vitalik Buterin in an interview last year that he did on Up Only. I don't know if you guys watched that podcast. Vitalik is the founder of Ethereum. And they asked him, yo, so with the advances in biotech, do you think, like, do you think, what's the oldest somebody alive now is probably going to live? And he's like, I think someone alive today will see the year 3000. I was like, what? It just blew my mind when he said that. And I fell down a rabbit hole after that. What would you say is the best way to advertise a product/store? Meta ads and TikTok organic. And the reason I say TikTok organic, when I say TikTok organic, I really mean short form organic content, because if you're not reposting your TikToks on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, You're doing yourself a huge disservice, I will say. Ari's the gift that keeps on giving. Thanks, man. What's going on with your Canvas store? I don't have a Canvas store. What you drinking? I'm drinking Gamer Subs. I don't know if you know that brand. It's pretty cool. I bought some recently. They just sell. It's kind of like G Fuel, but anime themed. So they got me with that. But yeah, they're pretty good. It's just like caffeine. It's like a nootropic kind of vibe. It's just caffeine though, and some antioxidants. But I don't drink a lot of it. I just figured if I'm gonna stream, I should probably have more energy. It's awesome. My kid learned Spanish from Dora the Explorer. That's awesome. I'm about to launch a 95% CBO based on your previous vid. 5 ad sets, 1%. That's set up, $100 budget. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, let's watch this video. I really want to see what they talked about. You know, I'm going to pull this card out again. I did this with the Biaheza video, but Jordan is a good friend of mine. And Luke, we've had multiple interviews now. So I'm interested to see how they interact in this video. And hopefully we can learn something from it. I'm sure we will. I mean, you know, both of these guys are goated, right? Like, these guys are awesome. So let's see.
What's good, y'all? I just made it all the way out here to
Let me see how the volume is first.
Switzerland to meet up with my boy Luke Belmar. If you don't already know him, he's generated tens of millions of dollars on the internet. What's good, y'all? I just made it all the way out here to Switzerland to meet up with my boy Luke Belmar. If you don't already know him, he's generated tens of millions of dollars on the internet in his 20s. And I got him one of the craziest gifts I've ever gotten for anybody on this channel.
Whoa.
Today's gonna be insane. Stay tuned. This one's gonna be a banger. Let's get it. My boy Luke, it's good to see you.
Jordan, welcome to Switzerland, brother.
The first thing I want to get into is how do you actually make your money?
I made my money initially through drop shipping or e-commerce. We had branded stores, general stores. We also had social media arbitrage. And then how we went into multiplying our money was through crypto. So we got into crypto in 2016. I was buying Bitcoin for a couple $100.
So you took all the money you had made from drop shipping
Correct.
and put it into the crypto market around 2017.
And we did 160x, but we lost it all because we did not understand market cycles. The cycle will repeat itself the moment the Fed starts printing what? More money.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's go make some more money in drop shipping and e-commerce because we're experienced in this space.
Yeah.
So we did $16 million, dropped all the profits into crypto in 2020.
You took a risk on yourself.
It worked.
Damn, that's actually pretty interesting because I see a parallel between what he's talking about back then to where we're at now. I feel like right now is an amazing time to be having a cash flow business that you can then reinvest profits into high risk assets like crypto, but also low risk assets like stocks, right? There's so many companies that went on sale this year, and hopefully you guys got to buy some. I definitely did. And, you know, I'm going to continue to do so because we're still pretty low compared to the peaks. But that's really interesting.
Bro, because life is all about calculated risk.
Right.
There is a factor of luck in everything that you do, but you can position yourself to get lucky or to increase your odds of success. So I was like, let me, instead of making more money in drop shipping or more money in e-commerce,
multiply what I
already have and increase the time that I spend enjoying the things of life and less time working trying to figure out how am I gonna make it.
Yeah.
So that was the move, and now we're here, bro.
It's a blessing, and you came a long way. You didn't start as an entrepreneur, right?
Brother, I started in a small village in Argentina. At the age of 16, I was fortunate enough to have the ability to come to the United States with $200 in a suitcase.
You know what's funny though? I feel like back then, Luke, I mean, there wasn't any information about drop shipping back then, right? So I understand, but I feel like now the opportunity is presenting itself to be able to also, let's say, like he said, like not necessarily stop drop shipping like he did, but sell your assets, like sell that asset for a huge multiple, and then, you know, get even more leverage to invest and create more passive income or multiply your wealth, right? So I'm very excited to see and learn more about acquisitions and deals of that nature, because I think that's also a hack to multiplying your wealth, is just to exit your businesses, especially if you're building an e-commerce brand that, you know, you're not necessarily attached to. Like, obviously I'm not going to be able to sell my YouTube channel, right? But I can sell the challenge store that we're building. And especially if we get it to $1 million this year, maybe we could sell it for $1 million, you know? That would be really cool. And that's something that I guess they don't really talk about a lot, because back then when Luke was doing ecom, I don't think as many people really thought about the potential of exits when it came to ecom brands. But let's continue.
Started pressure washing basketball courts, started cleaning dishes in restaurants and cooking, doing whatever I could to make a quick buck. My biggest thing was self-education. It was realizing that I could become a different person if I educated myself into a different person. Because the only difference between the viewer and me is this.
Right.
That's the only difference, because this gives more confidence. This allows more connections. This allows more money. So I realized that I just had to transform this, and everything else would lay itself according to plan. Instead of hustling, I just had to become that which I wanted to be. And I did it. So I went from the kid washing the dishes to now the retired multimillionaire in my 20s in Switzerland, because I became the person that had the ability to do that by inserting the right information. It worked.
It definitely worked.
Everybody fake now. You could crack the code.
So the banks are not the safest place to leave your money. I know you're big on investing. What are your favorite places to invest, and what do you think are some of the safest investments people should be making?
So when you buy dollars or you receive dollars for your time, you are receiving an investment. The reason banks are not safe is because they don't hold on to your money. They're doing what you should be doing for yourself, which is investing and multiplying your money. So these guys, they come take your money, they fractionalize it, they lose it all, they go on a bank run, they say, oops, well, you're FDIC insured coverage, but then you actually read what FDIC insurance is, and it's based on the faith and good credit of the United States of America. That's what your money's insured by. What the fuck is that? It makes no...
Funny enough, we just saw this at play with the Silicon Valley Bank, and you saw how people reacted to that, especially startup founders that actually banked there. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them are still screwed. Like, a lot of these companies are, you know, missing payroll because of it. And it's just messed up, because you put your money in a bank, probably investor money too for them, thinking that it's so safe, when in reality it's, you know, very risky still. And you're relying on the good faith of the American government, like they said, which in this case, they actually did come through and back a lot of the deposits, but I'm not exactly sure how that ended up. I haven't really heard about the Silicon Valley Bank. News cycles these days, they only last about a week, and then it's on to the next issue.
No sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I like to build a basket of assets that keeps me well protected in times of turmoil. We can clearly tell that this is a time of turmoil.
Absolutely.
So a basket of assets that's very reliable is 1 kilo of gold, 1 kilo of silver. You're gonna have 10,000 Swiss francs, because Switzerland is the banking capital of the world. You're gonna have 10,000 US dollars, because the United States is the military superpower of the world. And you're gonna have 10,000 Singaporean dollars, because Singaporean dollars are the least inflated currency, and have some Bitcoin. And I think that's a good basket of assets if World War III hits.
Don't leave it here.
Hell no, bro. These motherfuckers
It is a
don't
fire
know shit.
basket of assets. Gold. My friend Gabe always says this. There's a song called Gold, Guns, and Girls. That's kind of what the world revolves around, to be honest. It's interesting.
Before we go snowboarding, bro, I actually got you something.
Oh, for real?
Hey, you've been a good friend to me over the last couple of years, bro. You actually changed my life in many different ways, so it's only right that I repay the favor.
I appreciate it, bro.
Hey, so check this out.
All right, let's do it. All the way on the back? Nah, bro. My boy got me a board, bro.
It's not just any board.
This
It's not just any board, my friend. I want you to open this up.
Is this what I...
You deserve it, bro, for real. And I wrapped the whole thing with your logo.
Nah, bro, you tripping, bro. You're a fucking animal, bro. When you know, you know. When you understand, you understand. There are things in this world that cannot be explained with words. They can only
Jordan's
be
a real one.
with a visual representation of greatness. Capital Club.
That looks
You're the only
clean,
one in the world
actually.
with that
Damn.
board, bro.
Nah,
That looks like a designer brand.
shred,
Come on,
man.
let's do it, bro.
Let's run it, bro.
Get it.
Everybody's leaving the slope, and we are on our way to the slope.
Say a prayer for this one.
Bro.
So we've both done pretty well for ourselves in our 20s. Why do you think we've been able to reach this level while many other people are struggling to see any success in their life?
Well, it's very much like the gondola, right? You have to climb the top of the mountain to achieve success, but people think that they have to grind their way to the top, that they have to put on a pair of hiking boots and go trail a trail that's never been walked before because there's an ego attached to doing something difficult. Or you can just figure out what other people have engineered beforehand to achieve the top of the mountain. Just ride the gondola to the top. That's how we do it. Find glitches in the system, hacks, ways that money can be made, and you utilize those vehicles. I mean, making money online to me is the greatest glitch right now. So yeah, it's the gondola of money.
So when it comes to making money
That's
online,
such a good analogy, actually. The gondola of money is making money online. It's true. I'll add this, though. You know, let's say if you are hiking to the top of the mountain, the hike is arguably more fun than actually reaching the summit. A lot of people say that, and it's true. I feel like if you can fall in love with the journey, your likelihood of success is probably way higher.
what is the gondola? What do you think is the best route for people to take if they're just getting started and want to make some money on the internet?
TikTok UGC, running an e-commerce store, something branded, getting your foot in the game, understanding how to brand a product, how to market it, how to make viral content, how to make consistent content, how to manage supply chain, how to manage product, how to manage fulfillment, how to manage customer expectations and customer service. And you learn all these interchangeable skills that then can be translated into building bigger businesses. Right. But it's a really good business to start money up front. So my objective is to find those glitches, and I hope people find them too.
Yeah, look around real quick.
I can't see anything, bro.
If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm meeting the most interested people in the world and having a pretty good time doing it.
And hit that like, motherfuckers.
Oh man, snowboarding's so fun.
All right, bro, as we sit on top of this mountain.
Wow,
God's
that
creation,
looks so
brother.
beautiful.
My question for you is, what was the lowest moment in your life?
The lowest point in my life, brother, was when I decided to endeavor into entrepreneurship, and my family kind of rejected it. My parents kind of went away, my family kind of went away, and I was in it for myself. You know, they said, go get a job, do the 9-to-5, do the traditional stuff, and if you don't do that, it felt kind of like they isolated me alone. It was about 1.5 years, but I realized that it was the necessary thing in order to get to the next level. And I know a ton of people go through it, bro, the having your family hold you back. It was a low point, but now they know the truth. They realize that I was right, and we're moving forward.
How did you push past that?
Proving them not with my words, but with my actions. You need to teach people by example.
To somebody at their lowest moment right now watching this video, what do you say to them?
There's only one way, one direction. If you're at the bottom, there's only one way, but you got to look up. And when you look up, there's somebody there waiting for you. His name is G.O.D. And he's there with a hand, reaching out, waiting for you to take control of your life. Because I learned one very important lesson. Your relationship with God is like that of a captain and a crew member. One rows, the other one steers. But it's very interesting because many times in our life, we want to get confident and cocky and arrogant. And God says, I steer, but I do not row. We need to put in the work, and God will guide. And that's the greatest lesson I've learned.
That's amazing, brother. You know, that piece of wisdom right there might change somebody's life. Somebody at home watching that right now, they might
God's in control, bro. You just got to put in the hours. You just got to clock in. Got to do you.
And he loves all of us.
Absolutely.
No matter what stage you're at. And he will forgive you for the mistakes that you made in your life.
100%, bro. We're all prodigal children. We're all at his mercy, but he gives us this matrix to really level up and get to know him, his beauty.
That view looks crazy, bro. Look at that. Those mountains look awesome.
And what else is there, bro? I definitely don't want the Excel spreadsheets and the big bank accounts under fluorescent lights. I want to live a life of freedom, a life of impact, and a life that will leave change. And I know you do too, brother.
That's right. We're on that path together, my boy.
Love you, G.
Love you too, bro. You always talk about aspiring to become a billionaire. What is your plan to achieve that?
I will build the largest decentralized entrepreneurial network in the world, known as Capital Club. My goal is to have 1 million entrepreneurs from all over the world, focused on creating, multiplying, and preserving wealth and opportunity for all the members. You know, so many people are isolated and alone.
One
and they
Direction's my favorite band.
don't understand that the indoctrination that they have in their mind, it comes from the school system, which is what? That you need to solve all the problems in your life by yourself. When you work in community, when you try to solve problems together, what is it called? Cheating. They don't let you work together. They don't let you collaborate, but we're gonna change that. Together we're stronger, together we're better. There's power in people, there's power in numbers, and that's what we're in the mission on. And if there's enough value,
There is power in
then the
numbers.
billions will come. But I'm not worried on the money. I'm just here to build, here to
Provide
help,
value, make an
and
impact.
make an impact, brother. It's the name of the game.
Hey, you're well on your way. We should ride down to the bottom. What do you say?
Let's do it, let's get it.
My brother, it's been a pleasure today, man.
Good week, huh?
I got one last question for you before we wrap this up. When it's all said and done, what do you want people to remember Luke Belmar for?
I don't care if they remember me. It's not that big of a deal. I just want people to have a good life and people
like
to make
that.
good decisions. And when it's all said and done, that they look at their own lives and be like, I did well.
You helping a lot of people on that journey, brother. You helping me as well, so I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro. You need to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that there are very few people that move the way that Jordan moves and that do what Jordan is doing. So hit that subscribe button, make sure you like, drop a comment below, leave some motivation for this man. This man is actually putting in work. And remember,
Jordan is the
pursue
GOAT.
your fullest potential. You got this.
See you guys in the next one. Peace.
Driving Benzes.
Hey, that was fire. Shout out to Jordan. I like what Luke said there. I mean, I think he talked about that a little bit in our interview, but I feel like legacy is, I mean, to each their own, right? But I agree with the concept of legacy being kind of pointless. It's probably better to just live your life to the fullest and like do good now while you're here, as opposed to worrying about your legacy. Because like at the end of it all, no one's gonna remember you, us, you know, anyone really. Even the people like that have been remembered across history will probably be forgotten in the end too. So it's like, what are you, you know, just live free now, you know, and do good things now, as opposed to waiting. I really fuck with that. But yeah, shout out to Jordan as always. I mean, this guy's just making insane videos every single time. And yeah, what did you guys think of this video? I mean, I thought somebody said it was too short. I thought it was perfect length, personally. I thought if it was longer, it may have been dragged out. I thought they covered everything step by step, in true Jordan fashion. It was entertaining. It was good. I like it. I also like Noah Kagan's videos. This guy actually makes some insane videos. He interviews a lot of different entrepreneurs too. And I actually really love his approach because it's like he just interviews a lot of different people. So you get a lot of different perspectives, and that's always really interesting to me. Because I say that a lot, like there's not really a blueprint, and people who look for these blueprints are like, the blueprints are out there, I guess. Like you can see how somebody else made it, and that's their blueprint. But your journey, even if you reach that same success, is not going to be even close to identical, right? So just follow your own journey, man. It's true though. First time on your live. Ooh, welcome. Yeah, I want to check out one of these as well, but I got to go to the bathroom. So I'll probably pull up a video here for you guys so you don't leave. Let's see, what's a good one? Maybe, oh wait, we already watched this one on stream once. Maybe this 3-hour Shopify tutorial. What do you guys think? I'm just kidding. Okay, well, let's see. This one looks good. How to start $1 million business with 0 employees. Let's check it out.
Business, I did about $550,000. It was just me. You can like make my first.
Okay, you guys ready? Let's see how to make $1 million, or how to start $1 million business with 0 employees.
First year business, I did about $550,000.
Oh, Sam Parr, this guy's from My First Million. I don't know if you guys have seen that podcast, but it's a really good one.
It was just me. You can like make a lot of money just by yourself with a phone.
There are like a whole bunch
True.
of people that don't openly talk about their business that churn out a couple $1 million a year. They don't really talk about it. They have very small teams and they have very good lives.
My business does 1.7 million in revenue per year. Every day on social media, someone tells me you could add 5 more million if you did Y. I don't give a shit. I don't want to worry about anybody else other than myself and my wife.
What if I told you you could make more money than a Fortune 500 CEO with a 0-employee business? I wanted to find out how the heck this is even possible. So I interviewed 3 entrepreneurs who are making over $1 million a year with no employees to ask them how exactly they are able to do it and advice for people like you and me.
What's your business? We run a copywriting course. We basically optimize emails, homepages, newsletters for companies so they make more profit, and we're a 7-figure company.
And so how did you go from idea to making your first $10,000 with this idea?
I was originally running a rave company, and then I was actually working with you on AppSumo, and you were sending out really bad emails. I just learned how to do copywriting, which is like writing better emails. And I was like, let me try it on AppSumo emails. And that was like one of the highest revenue days.
Copywriting.
Ever. Tried it again.
I wonder how copywriting will thrive with AI now. Like, I wonder if it'll be enhanced or if it'll just die.
Again, and we're like, okay, this works. And so what happened was a lot of people replied to those AppSumo emails saying, how are you doing this? Why am I reading an email where you're trying to sell me something? What are you doing? Why is this so good? And I'd be like, oh, it's actually this thing copywriting. And by the 5th time I had to respond to one of those emails, I was like, maybe I could just record this and make it a course. And I tried selling that and it did really well. It just kind of took off from there.
So I'm Sam Parr. I'm most known for The Hustle, which is a daily email that's read by close to 3 million people a day. I got it to 8 figures in revenue, sold it for multiple 8 figures. I'm also known for this podcast, My First Million. It gets like between 5 and 10 million downloads a month.
When you were just bootstrapping like your conferences, The Hustle, it was really just you for a lot of it?
Yeah, so my first year of business, I did about $550,000 in revenue, I believe. It was just me. But basically what I would do is I would get speakers, write content, promote the content, which would sell tickets, and I would do that for like 8 weeks at a time, take like 3 or 4 months off, do it again, and each time I would make like $250,000.
So my name is Justin Welsh, and my business does about 1.7 million in revenue per year.
So how did you go from $0? I think that's a lot of the audience out there wants to have a solopreneur, 1-person business that's doing 7
What's
figures.
interesting is that none of these are like Ecom. So I know that it's not entirely relevant to a lot of you guys, but I think it's interesting to see how different people build businesses, and like having a wider or a eagle eye view on entrepreneurship for me has been really helpful. It allows me to be a little more creative in my business personally.
Through that.
So I did what a lot of people do when they become solopreneurs is I did consulting. So I said, okay, I've worked in healthcare tech on the sales and marketing side for a decade. Both companies that I've been in have been, valued at over $1 billion. I'll just roll right into sort of consulting and advising for other healthcare technology companies that want to grow their sales and marketing revenue. The way that I make money now and what I talk about now in solopreneurship and social media, that was never the intention. So I went from being SaaS advisor and consultant, and fast forward 4 years, I kind of walked away from that life.
And the course that you have, that's the majority of the revenue. What is the course for people who don't know?
It's called the Operating System, and it's essentially a 2-hour course on how to use LinkedIn effectively. And so I just basically walk people through in 2 hours, like, how do I think about building a following that matters? How do you build a business on the platform? That's my major course.
So how did you go from idea to like $250,000 in this first event?
The first conference, I went and
an event business would be kind of hectic.
People, and I said, hey, you're the 10th person. All the other 9 are going to come and speak. Are you in? In reality, none of them had said yes, but I kind of like pulled a fast one. Thank God they all said yes. And I started blogging.
It's a
and
good
I would
bluff.
write a story about each speaker. I would post it on Hacker News, get traffic. They would sign up and give me their email, because I would say, like, if you're interested in more content like this, sign up. I'm hosting an event, by the way.
Damn, that's like the definition of being scrappy right there.
And
That's
in 6
crazy.
weeks, I made like $65,000 on the first event.
What was the cost to you of running this business?
My business costs about $623 a month. I run it about, I have to do the math, but I think it's something like 95% margins.
Can you break down the 1.7 million?
I'll do about 1.3 million in courses. I'll do about 144 to 150,000 in coaching, 108 to 120 in sponsorships, about 100 to 103 in subscriptions, and then around 24 to 30K in
That pie chart didn't make any sense.
ships, about 100 to 103
That's
in
not
subscriptions,
proportional.
and then around 24 to 30K in affiliates.
If after watching this video, you want to get started with your own 0-employee business, but you're not quite sure how to get started, I put together a course a couple years back to help you go from no business ideas to making over $1,000 a month in 60 days. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It will take some work, but it is
Courses
only
is
$10
a
to join for a
really
limited
great
time,
business
'cause I
model.
wanna help
Digital
as many of
products,
you
I mean, that's no secret, right? Well, that's actually a big trend right now is digital drop shipping too, like people selling information from other places and drop shipping it on their own Shopify stores and doing like a digital product. Pretty
It's
smart.
possible to get started on your own entrepreneurial journey. Head over to monthly1k.com to sign up.
So if someone wants to copy your blueprint, they want to make $1 million just like you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, what advice would you have for them?
One, sell a digital product first. I'm not a big. I used to sell physical products, and I think there's a lot of margin, a lot of shipping containers get lost, all sorts of that kind of stuff. If you sell a digital product about something that you're good at, then you can replicate that for a lot of different people. And I think the margins on a business like mine are extremely high because there's not a lot of costs. And a lot of things can be done by a computer rather than a human. So you don't have a lot of hiring costs. And also doing something that
especially
you really
with
like
AI
doing, and
nowadays,
doing something that people already pay you for. So a lot of people will come to our course and be like, I want to be a copywriter. I'm like, have you ever written copy? And they go, no. And I'm like, well, what if people paid you for in the past? And they're like, well, I'm a bookkeeper. I'm like, is there a way to make money off of your bookkeeping skills? So sometimes people try to go into like a whole different industry without any experience at all.
True. I was talking about that earlier about like just following your curiosity because people were asking me, how do I find a niche? I'm like, well, I don't know. Just what are you interested in, right? That's a good place to start.
A little perplexing to me. It's like the universe will tell you what you're good at. What have people paid you for in the past?
What advice do you have for someone who's just getting started to be an entrepreneur and they want to make $1 million?
Newsletter. Just go and learn a topic and be like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of your users and just write about what you're learning and become like a quote expert on it and just aggregate information out there and send it to people and monetize through advertising or through something like that. It's a very sellable asset.
Do you think this is replicable today and by
like that one?
Dude, not only is it replicable, I tell people to do this all the time. So listen to this. My partner, Sean, in the podcast, he was like, hey, I need something to do. Maybe I'll do a newsletter. Will that still work? And this was 10 months ago. I go, yeah, dude, just copy exactly what the hustle did. I'll show you. He just sold it.
The milk thing?
The Milk Road. He sold it. He grew it to 250,000 subscribers in 10 months, and he just sold it for millions of dollars. With a newsletter, one person subscribes, and it's the same amount of work to service one person as it is 10 million people. And so
That's
at
true.
the hustle, for a long time, there was 9 months where we had 1.5 million subscribers. We had one person write it.
For people out there that are saying, hey, I want a $1 million solopreneur business, how would you explore that today?
Building an audience, right? I think that's a recommendation. Take
Building
all
an
the people
audience
that
is
you
not a
love
bad idea,
following
that's for sure.
and reverse engineer their journey. Go back in time using.
What's great is that if you make enough content, soon enough, AI will allow you to just farm content while you don't do anything. So I feel like now I probably have an AI Ari out there that's like, you'll probably see him at some point in the near future making content for me.
Advanced Twitter search and find their journey, watch their writing, see when they got their first piece that started to resonate. And so I just broke it all apart and started using it in my early journey. And then over time, your style will change, you'll evolve, and you'll find your own voice. And pretty soon people will follow you for your own voice. And then when you have an audience, you have leverage, you have optionality, you have so many different things that you can do with that attention.
Your business is almost fully automated.
Yeah.
Like, walk me through your systems or how things are built to allow you to have that.
One of our ways is through social media and by SEO. So people search like how to become a copywriter. They find my posts and they sign up to my emails.
My
Then
OnlyFans
emails for the
does
next
600K a month. Yeah, OnlyFans is probably the easiest way to get rich.
6 months, we'll send them an email every couple of days. And then some of those people will see sales, promotions for our stuff and buy it. And so theoretically, I don't have to be involved for any of that.
What are the pros and cons of building a solopreneur type business?
You can do whatever the hell you want. Like some days, I literally don't do anything. And it's not a joke or I'm trying to exaggerate. I don't do anything certain days. I just scroll social media, I browse Reddit, and that is kind of like part of my job to just like browse the internet and stuff like that and get ideas. But at the same time, there are days where I'm like, I literally don't know what I did.
Why did you choose not to hire full-time people?
I don't want anything that puts me out of control. I am the owner of every part of my business. I don't want a publisher involved. I don't want a partner involved. I don't give a shit. I am the owner of every part of my business. I'm accountable to myself. I can go on vacation when I want. I don't answer to anybody. And I no longer have the fear of losing that control. And that's what solopreneurship to me is all about.
When someone's starting a new business, do you think everyone should do the solopreneur way like you've been doing, which is like get it going, make the money, validate it, and then you start maybe thinking about hiring freelancers or full-time?
So if you don't want to raise money, then yeah, I think you should. You can like make a lot of money just by yourself with a phone. I know a bunch of people, you probably know them too, who are doing 2, 3, 4 million in revenue with just them and an assistant by selling information on like Gumroad and using Twitter to get popular. That's incredibly common. I could name 5 people doing north of 2 million in revenue already on that. The face of the company, their job is to build an audience and then create something once that they can sell twice. Then all they do is just constantly like create content to promote
Facts.
it. Making $2 million a year is a ton of money. That's like what a banker makes. And they're working like 100 hours a week, you know what I mean?
What's your take on the Silicon Valley super growth, hire people, fundraise, everything, versus like the solopreneur growth?
I do think there is kind of like the middle of the road ground where it's like you can have like a business just spitting out a bunch of cash that doesn't take like a ton of effort to do. But if you are trying to change the world and make some sort of like Tesla-like company, yeah, it's you're probably gonna have to go that route. Yeah.
True.
But there are like a whole bunch of people that don't openly talk about their business that turn out a couple $1 million a year. They don't really talk about it. They have very small teams and they have very good lives.
If you like this.
That's actually so true. There's like, I saw this on Twitter actually today. Here, I'll go on my Twitter. This guy, like, there's so many people out there that you've never heard about that are just printing money. Like this random guy, I think he's from Singapore, that I follow on Twitter, and just posted, he's like, short of projected goal, making improvements to make it happen, bigger challenges, and lots of gaps to work on. Short, keep in mind, short of projected goal. And short of projected goal means 9.2 million a month. Just take that in for a second. That is insane. So, yeah, man. That is wild. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom quick. But I might have to end this here because I have a call very soon with my team. But oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, Ricardo. It's the yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's a sick brand. I'll maybe review it on YouTube soon, actually. That's a really great idea. That's a good video idea. So thanks for the video idea. And yeah, bro, or bros and ladies. I know there's some ladies as well. So ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you joining. This was a really fun time. You'll be seeing some of these stream clips on my channel here soon. And that's really it, though. I had a great time. We got a lot of stuff done. We watched a lot of great content that I've been meaning to watch for some time. So I got to kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. And hopefully you guys were able to enjoy my commentary on it. We answered a lot of questions. We talked about a lot of different stores, a lot of acquisitions, different fundraise or companies raising money. For example, this one, we went through a lot of Crunchbase data, which is very valuable. You know, that's a $500 a year subscription that I pay so that you guys can also get some of it for free. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. That is what's going on, but I am getting a lot of benefit from it myself. So yeah, I love this tool. Actually, it's pretty cool. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow or maybe even later today.